What the fuck?
Hello.
What the hell? It is my boss. Oh, hey, boss.
How's it going? What I missed
Hey,
yesterday, you know, I thought I'd ever lie in. Watched a bit of Netflix. Was the shop quiet? What's going on?
Hell yeah.
All right, well.
Mary kind of gave me a run through, but it sounded like she was just having a weird dream, so I didn't really dig too much into it. But
Oh, okay. Well, it sounds like Mary.
yeah, she's like not in good shape right now, and she's like really distressed.
What?
And
You're gonna want to go talk to Mary.
Yeah, she's kind of let's say she's kind of fallen off the deep end here a little bit with these weird things. She told me that she saw a warthog fly over her and tried shooting her, and then she said Tommy was shot. And
Okay, all right.
then I tried getting
dream.
and then I tried getting more information, and then she just started crying and had to walk away for a minute. So she's been kind of like an emotional mess today.
Look, I'm
Hope
gonna be
AP's
honest.
not giving her drugs.
I can't
asked her if
comment
she's
on
been
that.
injecting marijuana, and she says she hasn't done marijuana or injected in quite some time. So I asked her if she was smoking crack.
4 months, baby.
She hasn't done crack. I asked her if she ate a bunch of food before she went to sleep, because that usually causes nightmares, and she said she hasn't eaten in 2 days. So there's
So in
yeah,
2 days.
Yeah, she's been stressed out. She's been really stressed, Eddie.
She's a shell of herself.
Oh
I've been
my
trying
god.
to, help her out as much as I can, and yeah, she might need a little bit of extra care today. And so I just brought Leland on. Leland got hired the other day, LJ, and so I just onboarded him real quick, and we're gonna go through and get him up to speed. But yeah, I think Mary needs a little bit of help, if I'm gonna be honest.
I'm playing with the toys right now, actually, as we speak. So
Okay, all right.
I think
How you been, Eddie? You been all right?
figured it out.
Yeah, I'm alright. Not too bad. You know, I had a nice lie in yesterday. I'm feeling nice and refreshed.
Oh, yeah.
Mary told me something. I don't know if you heard this yet, but did you hear anything about we need to have 60,000 GD before the end of the month? Have you heard anything about that?
Wise blue,
Come
wise
again?
blue, wise blue, wise blue, wise
Mary,
love,
and I
wise
said the
blue,
same thing.
wise
Mary said we
blue,
need
wise
60,000
blue,
GD
wise
by the
blue,
end of the
wise
month
blue.
instead of 20. She said somebody called her and was saying, and so she was trying to tell me that we need to find a way to find some fast. But I
Stop fucking with me,
here
Chip.
she comes. Yeah, I
You
thought
should
she
talk to
said the
Mary.
same fucking thing.
Hi.
Hey, Mary. Heard you been doing drugs.
No, I haven't been doing drugs. I've been writing fan fiction.
Fan fiction? Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been writing fan fiction.
Oh, that's a good pastime. So you've been
Yeah.
coming up with all kinds of crazy stories to put in your fan fiction.
Yeah, do you want to hear my story?
Sure. Let's talk upstairs.
All right. Okay.
Just fucking with it right now. And,
Perfect.
I've been working really, really hard on it.
started,
What's it about?
Well, it's just about the future. In the past, like an alternate timeline, you know?
Ooh, we're not far off 12k subs,
You
chat.
ready?
Sure.
All right. So it starts off, let me set the scene for you, okay? Starts off with our hero S, Mary Mushkin, panicking over the recent decision by the Puppet Master to increase the
You can't
cheap
release
protein
this.
quota for the... Why not? Well, it's just fan fiction. It's a story.
But you know what the cops like? They use it as evidence.
Yeah, okay, well, I'm not gonna... It's just... I just write it for
Are
fun.
you just writing it for fun? All right, go on, I'll listen.
Yeah, I'm not putting it anywhere. It's just for fun. So, our hero S, Mary Mushkin, stifled and startled by the Puppet Master's demands, increasing the genie requirement to $60,000 per month. She wants to talk to her Uncle Tommy down at the Go Postal van area. While she's talking with him, she brings down her friends, Tony and Claire. All of a sudden, Tony panics and he pulls out his phone and he says, "Guys, we gotta run." And our hero, S, Mary Mushkin, is like, "Why do we gotta run?" And all of a sudden, a sniper shot could be had in the distance.
Holy
And
Jesus.
a hole appears in the windshield of her Uncle Tommy's car. And then another shot comes to the distance. And Tommy goes down, hit in the shoulder. He starts bleeding out
Oh,
of the
Tommy.
ground. She gets in her car and runs. Yeah, she gets in her car and starts running away. And she drives over to the location of wherever that shooting came from, and she starts shooting with a gun. I almost spoiled it for you. Sorry.
What?
So next thing's next. Nothing. Next thing's next. She goes forward and she's talking with Tony back at his mansion. And she's like, "What the heck was going on?" And Tony tells her that he got a text from one of the puppets. His name was Big
Ooh,
M.
spicy.
Yeah. And he said that he was trying to hold off on the shooting so that because he didn't want anything bad to happen to them because he thought they were friends, right? And so he made it look like he missed because he didn't want them to get hurt and he warned them to run. but he had to shoot Tommy because Tommy was just standing there like a big idiot.
Yeah, it sounds like Tommy.
Yeah, it was really, really stupid. Anyways, so then our hero West Mary Mushkin gets a call from the Mr. Puppet Master, and she gets brave and decides to get lippy with him and tells him that he never does anything for her at all, and she doesn't feel very welcome.
Ooh.
Yeah, and he does not like that. And he says that he could maybe make some arrangements for her. And so she's like, oh, cool. I'm probably gonna get something really cool. Maybe a pat on the back, maybe something awesome. And so she goes really happy about her day. But little did she know, that was actually not what was about to happen. End chapter 1. You want to hear the next chapter?
Yeah, that chapter was pretty good. Let's see the next one.
Okay. Next chapter. Let me see here. Find it here in my notes. Okay. So next thing's next. Our hero Mary Mushkin goes to work down at the tuna shop. And while she's hanging down at the tuna shop, she gives an impassioned speech to all the racers because there's been a really big uprising in the racer scene, and she shut down racing for 48 hours with her uncle Eddie.
Well, that
She
did
gives a really
happen.
big speech to everyone. Well, yeah, but this is like a fan fiction, right?
There's just a different version of it. All right.
This is a different version, right? She gives an impassioned speech to everyone. As soon as the speech is over and she starts voting for what the future will be, she gets a call from the puppet master again, and he wants information. Apparently, someone stole a bunch of parts from one of his shipments, and now the genie price is falling all across the city, and he wants to know who did it and why. Next thing she knows, a giant bomber is flying over the tuner shop, and it lands down at the airport. And then
A
it
bomber?
takes off again. A bomber.
Okay, that's a bit
Giant
far-fetched,
Vulcan
Mary.
bomber. Well,
Tone
I
it back
mean,
a bit. It's been good up
okay,
to now.
well,
Tone it back.
I can maybe write that in the notes. But a bomber, okay? That's how I read it written here, okay? A bomber flies over
Keep
and
up
lands
the
at
great
the airport.
work, wise
And then
guy.
it takes off again, flying off in the distance. And the puppet master calls her again, and he says that he
Reveal
can
the
make
5
his
months hard with a
military
T at
pilots fly
3.
very high,
6 months.
high
Appreciate
enough
that.
that she doesn't need to see them, and that she shouldn't worry about them for now. But he needed information. So Mary, panicking, calls up Marlowe, who says that he was the person that sold a bunch of parts to Benny's, and she wants to know who he got the parts from, but he won't tell her who did it. And so she freaks out, and she starts thinking she's gonna die because the puppet master told her that she better find out who did it, or there's gonna be consequences. And chapter 2. You want to hear the next one or no?
Yeah.
Okay, start chapter 3. So then Miriam decides that she really needs to get some bigger firepower to take out some of these guns or some of these planes. So she gets a call from a shadowy organization that says they can sell her the weapon to take that stuff down. And so Mary goes and asks her uncle Rami, who was in there to buy a car from her, if she can give him $100,000. And he says yes, and he gives her $100,000. And then she goes up to the middle of the mountains, and up to the mine fields, where there's a bunch of quiet people just hanging around there, standing silently, looking at her. She walks up to the door and approaches the guy who's just standing there and gives them $100,000 in briefcases, and he moves aside. Yeah, she goes inside all the way into the mine, and there's a shadowy figure there holding an RPG. And he
My
says,
lord.
he says, "Do not miss." And then he gives her the weapon, and she leaves.
Okay.
Pretty cool,
Yeah,
right?
RPG, yeah.
Yeah, an RPG. It's pretty freaking awesome. So then our hero West takes back to the tuner shop, and she shows her uncle Rami, and she shows all of her other friends the new weapon that she got, and that she could take on the Mr. Puppet Master if it ever came down to that with the weapon. And so they all thought that was really, 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 really cool. And they told her not to show anyone, and she said, "Okay, I won't show anyone at all. I'll keep it our secret." Next thing you know, she gets a call from Big Am, one of the puppets.
Oh, one of the puppets. Big.
One of the puppets,
Ayum.
Big Am, and he's crying. He seems really sad. He's
crying?
He's telling her, yeah, he's crying. He's all sad. He says, "Hey, Red, I'm not doing too good. I'm in a really bad spot. I need your help." And he confesses to her. Apparently, he stole all the parts from the puppet master himself, and he gave them to Marlowe so that he could sell them. And so Marlowe sold the parts and was trying to keep Big M's name safe, but he wanted her help. And Mary knew how bad that was, and so she didn't want him to get hurt. He seemed like he was pretty down bad about the whole thing. So they had a nice heart-to-heart conversation, and then she hung up, and he said that he would call her later for some help. So a few hours pass by, and she gets another call, and he wants her to go overwatch the location because he's got a plan to keep himself safe because the puppet master found out about the whole thing. So he tells her to just sit up on a building while he goes has a meeting with Decker Z, and then everything will be just fine. He told her not to do anything and just to watch. So while she's sitting up there on top of the apartment building, Decker Z and Big M have a meeting, and he's got his cool McLaren Santa that, which looks really awesome, and she thinks it's just so cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, really, really cool. But while she's talking, or while she's watching them talk to each other, two mysterious people walk up to her car, look at it, talk to each other, and then walk away. And then 1 minute later, crack!
What?
Yeah, bang! They both go down. They both
What?
got
No!
shot right in the head by a sniper rifle.
No!
Decker Z and Big M both get shot by a
What?
sniper rifle, and they fall to the ground.
No,
Yeah.
no. Take that
Yeah,
part
yeah,
out.
yeah. Why?
Why they gotta die?
Well,
They gotta get shot.
I mean, they don't die.
Oh, they
I mean,
don't
not
die?
yet.
Okay, that's right.
You're just assuming things. Okay. So Mary runs down, and she's all scared and whatnot. She's got her RPG ready to blast the hoe, because she paid a lot of money for that thing, and she was ready to do it. She heard some guy get on a jet ski and disappear out of the area, but she couldn't find him. So she runs over and drives over to their bodies on the ground to see if they're okay. Unfortunately, Big M had a big hole straight through his chest, and you could see his organs kind of spilling out and all of his blood all over the
Oh.
ground. And he wasn't talking anymore. But Tucker Z was unconscious too, and he was bleeding all over the place. And then they get put in the ambulance and they drive away. End chapter. You want to hear the next chapter?
Yeah.
Okay. So next chapter, Red Devil is all sad about it. She goes to the hospital and she can't find them there. So she goes back to the initial scene where they got shot at. There's a bunch of police cars. Apparently, they found the McLaren Senate and then the car that Decker Z drove up in. And while she was just kind of chilling there, one of the police officers came up to her and asked her how she was doing. And she was kind of in a bad spot because she was in her car and she kind of had only a half-assed disguise on, and she didn't want them to know who she was. So, considering that she just saw her best friend get shot in front of her and another guy that she really looked up to, she decided to call herself Lil M. And so she put on a voice changer and was like, remember the name, it's Lil M. And then she drove away off into the sunset. And then she went to the hospital and they were both dead. That's all I got so far.
What?
Yeah, that's where I stopped writing. What do you think?
That's a great story. Has a lot of weight to it.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
So what happened yesterday?
Nothing.
Okay.
Oh, I
Yeah, I
forgot
had
to mention I was doing a spin-off too.
A spin-off.
Yeah. Well, there's two endings to this next part, okay? Because this is the final chapter, but there's two ways it goes. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
All right. So, this is the first ending, okay? So, Mary Mushkin meets up with Tony and Dean Watson, who have all been trying to figure out this entire situation back at the manor. While she's sitting there talking to them, Mr. Watson comments on how much he doesn't like the Mr. Puppet Master because he's trying to take over his city. And Mary says that she doesn't like Mr. Watson, but she would help him keep control over the city if it meant that the Puppet Master didn't have to have any control over the city anymore. So then she gets a call from Killer Man Shanks, who's been tweeting out and putting all sorts of messages all over the internet about how he didn't like the Puppet Master anymore. And Mr. Shanks wanted to meet up with Red Devil to talk about what was going on. And so Red was really scared and she didn't know who to trust anymore, so she brought all of her friends as backup. She goes to talk up to him in Sandy Shores, and while she's talking with him, all of a sudden a jet starts flying over the area, and she points it out, and he doesn't seem to react to it. She's like, "Whoa! Look at that jet, Mr. Killerman Shanks! There's a jet! Look out!" And then all of a sudden, it opens up on them both, and they both run flying for cover, and one of the cars explodes, and then it crashes into the ground next to them. And there's nothing but silence in the area. There's burning cars and flames spread across all of the lands. And they both tried to figure out what happened, but all of a sudden, another one comes. And so there's another jet flying around the area, shooting at them. And Red gets in her car and she starts driving away while all of her backups start shooting at the jet with AK-47s and stuff. And she's like, oh my God.
Holy
And
fuck.
then they shoot it down and it blows up and hits the ground. And then she gives Mr. Man Shanks the ride back to the apartment. And that's basically it. That's all I got for that one. Kind of like the retaliation.
That's a bit fucking wild.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, isn't it? You want to hear the other one?
Sure. Hey, what's good?
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
I was just cool story. I like it.
Thanks, it is pretty
It's
cool.
a bit wild. I like it though. A lot of moving parts.
Yeah. So in the other story, oh, I'm really excited. I just wanted to say it, okay? In the other story, she gets a call from Lucas, okay? She just came back to the tuner shop and it was completely dark, okay? And there was a sign on the front that said, if you know, you know. She goes inside and it was completely dark. The power is out. She's panicking because there should be someone here. It's daytime, but there's not a single soul in sight. So she starts clearing out the entire tuner shop with an Uzi, but she doesn't find anyone. Yep, she doesn't find anyone. And while she's talking on the phone with Lucas, she's like, oh, I guess it was nothing. Whatever, don't worry about it. But then all of a sudden she goes in the locker room and bang, there's a guy standing there. And he's got a Big M mask on, but it's like purple. Yeah, it's like a purple Big M mask. And she's like, I gotta go. And then she hangs up on him. And then she holds him up at gunpoint. But it turns out it was just one of the employees who worked there. It was all a false alarm. Then she had a really long conversation with Lucas about what was happening. And then that's where it stops because I haven't written any more than that.
Fuck.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool
Almost
story.
felt like I was there. It was immersive.
Yeah. What you wanted to say, Lucas?
Wait, man, you got some great story writing skills. I did some manipulation and lying, and I found out who took the cars and who's inventorying them.
What
What cars?
What?
What cars are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I just
Lucas?
got here.
Nobody fucking told you guys?
Oh, listen, I've been in bed. I had to lie in yesterday and today, in fact, and I watched a bit of Netflix. I had to, to chill out a bit.
Okay, when I got here, AP and some other people told me that 8 cars left here. Like Ferraris, Lambos, the Lexus LFA, and said that they went to Vespucci PD.
Huh.
So I snuck in the back, and there's a great big fucking like I don't know, like a cargo truck from like fucking Mad Max. And I could hear the cops opening the fucking trunks on the inside.
Am I interrupting?
So I called one of the cops from a telephone booth. It was Spartan. And I told him I stole a cop car and I wanted to know what the fuck they were doing, pretty much. And he wasn't really willing to give me any information, but he fucked up. And he said something along the line of, I'm not going to interrupt the work the trooper is doing. So I'm like, okay, that makes it pretty easy to guess who it is.
That could be
So it's
Snow,
either
Copper.
Snow, Copper, or Soze or Andrews.
Yeah. Or AJ.
Yep, or AJ. That's right.
You just gave me an awesome idea for the next chapter.
Hell yeah. But yeah, a trooper is the one that came and got them and is now inventorying them for some reason. Literally going through them. Like I could hear them opening trunks, doors, hoods.
So where these cars come from?
Here.
Here? The shop?
Yes.
No, they're not. Let me check the stock.
That-
What'd you say,
That's what AP
LFA?
and the guys said. They came from here. And they saw cops driving them.
Have you been here all day, Mary?
Yeah, I've been here for the last few hours. Yeah, there hasn't been any cars that come from here.
No, we've got both our LFAs in stock. What other
All
cars
my
was
cars
there?
are still here.
So whose cars are at the PD?
You sure
Well,
they
why
came
were
from
they
here?
here?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure someone would have seen them leave and the PD would have took them.
I
Yeah,
have
they
this
did see them
picture that
leave.
JJ sent me. What is this?
You saw them leave from the tuner shop.
AP did, and those 2 random guys he was with. I don't know their fucking names.
Hey, do either of you two know what this is? Let me send you a picture. I got this from JJ earlier. What are those?
What are those?
Oh,
Hey buddy, you miss me smile.
a
That's
Ferrari, a
popular
Lambo,
PD. That's a Senna,
Yeah. I
Hurricane,
wonder where those came from.
and a 488. It's a Pista.
We don't sell those here, do we?
No, we don't.
Either.
We do sell a 488, but not the Pista, and we don't sell a Senna.
Yeah, we don't sell this.
We do sell a Hurricane.
Yeah, we saw a Hurricane.
Yeah, we do.
That Hurricane looks familiar.
We don't have a white one though. Ours is grey.
I've seen that white one before. A month or
Oh,
so
hi,
ago.
JJ. What's up?
Yeah, King of the 14 months.
Doing what?
It's me, yes. Where you at, man? Come to work.
Getting shot doing what?
There's that guy I told you about, Eddie, that knew everything about me.
Well, who knew everything about? Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Ow.
What was his name again?
His name was Big M.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. You can come on down. Yeah, we can talk. Bye-bye.
But here's the fucking weird part. Okay. Tony told me last night that Big M is dead, apparently.
What? That's
Wait.
ridiculous. Do you have any food, by the way? I'm hungry.
Yeah, I got some.
Huh?
Thank you.
Can you write that in your
Okay.
fanfic?
I was in,
Stuff's done.
Yeah, I did write that in my fanfic, but that was just a fan fiction.
I was in Benny's, and he came up and he knew my fucking name. He knew about Hero. He knew like everything about me, and then just left saying he'll see me on the streets, and he kind of laughed. Just left. I never saw him again.
The PM needs to pull up on
I
Rami.
was in that
Put
Hurricane.
some fear in him,
White
lol.
one.
What's going on, Mary?
What do you mean, what's going on?
What are you and Tony up to?
What do you mean, what were we up to? We didn't do anything. Everything's fine, Uncle Eddie.
What? What are you crying for?
Everything's fine.
What's going on?
Nothing.
Okay.
Can we sell a car today?
What's going on, Mary?
Nothing. Everything's fine. I finished the next chapter. Do you want to hear it?
No, you need to stop writing these things if they're going to make you tear up all the time. But is Big M dead? Is Tony dead? Wait, Tony can't be dead.
No,
You wrote
Tony's
that
not
Tony
dead. I
and
saved
Big
him
M
from the
died in your
cops last
fanfic.
night.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I saved Tony
Tony
from the
isn't
cops
dead.
last night.
Tony's alive.
Yeah.
I talked to
What
him
is
last
going on,
night.
Mary? Tell me now.
What do you mean, what is going on? Why are you getting all accusatory to me? I don't know what's going on, Uncle Eddie. Anyways, you want to hear the last chapter of my story?
Yeah.
Okay, so next chapter, or the final chapter, I should say. I think this is a great way to end the story and leave it open for a book too. Okay. So, our heroess Mary Mushkin is driving around in her classic old penumbra when she gets a call from Trooper Snow. He wants to talk to her. So she does what anyone else would do, and she drives down to meet up with Trooper Snow, but not in her regular car. She shows up in her emo outfit because she's feeling very sad about everything that has happened. While he's talking to her, he wants to know if she knows anything about what happened, about Big M's death, about anything else, or if anyone was in danger. And she played dumb, but she knew very well what was going on. She knew exactly what was happening. But she didn't want him to know because she hates Trooper Snow and she hates everything that he represents in the police department. So she tells him nothing. But before she goes, she puts on Big M's mask and she says, "Remember the name, Trooper Snow," and then drives off. Then she comes back to the tuner shop and she goes, stands in the corner and she starts watching videos. And then all of a sudden, her Uncle Eddie shows up and she starts sharing with him her fan fiction.
Huh?
And that's where I stopped writing. I think the ending could use some work on it. But still.
So is this like an Inception? Wait.
Oh, hi, Uncle Marlo. What's up?
Is this a diary?
Backtrace what IP? I asked you to find out what? What did I ask you? About Benny's? I asked you something about Benny's. Yeah, I'm okay. What are you talking about, Marlo? Oh, I got you. You wanted to talk to a Barry. Okay. Okay.
Oh
Well,
my
bye,
god.
Bye, Uncle Marlo. He was asking me if I knew anything about Benny's or something like that. Weird. I don't know why Marlo would be asking about that.
Mary, be up front with me right now.
Yeah.
Is what you were writing about real? Is it a diary?
Yeah, it's a diary.
Huh?
Yeah. It's a really good story, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna be sick.
Why are you gonna be sick, Uncle Eddie? It's just a story.
I'm gonna be sick.
Why are you
Did you
gonna be
mention
sick, Uncle Eddie?
60,000 GD?
Yeah, 60,000
I'm gonna
Genie.
be sick.
Oh yeah, and I forgot to put in the story. The puppet master also wants Mary to raise the price of Genie, or else he's gonna kill her himself.
I'm gonna be sick.
Uh-oh.
I think it really raises the tension, doesn't it?
Oh. Oh. What's the emotes are like bleeding over like as if you're
We're
gonna be
gonna
sick?
die, Uncle Eddie. We're gonna fucking die, dude. Oh my god, we're all gonna fucking die. Oh my god.
I'm gonna be sick.
Please, sick, please. Please don't puke. I'm gonna lose my head. I'm gonna have a really sick. I'm gonna die. Oh my god, Uncle Eddie. Uncle Eddie, please. Okay, now it's not the place. We just got these floors cleaned. Go puke in the ocean.
Oh. The fuck do we do?
We're not gonna die. And why don't we wait to raise the price of the Genie and buy the fuck out of it while it's cheap and get this 60K?
What do you mean? How cheap is it?
It's going for like 100 per now, but the thing is, no one is selling it.
No one's selling. Everyone's
There's
holding.
none left on the
in
market.
the dip.
Yeah, yeah. everyone's holding the
$100?
dip. Yep, $100.
Some were even selling it for 50 last night.
They're gonna be
Yeah, I
so.
guess you're right. Everybody's pretty much holding that now.
I'm gonna be sick again.
No, don't.
Don't puke on me. Gross. Uncle Eddie.
Oh.
You need to hold it together, okay? You need to hold yourself together.
Oh, fuck this guy.
But yeah,
What the fuck's he
Lucas,
actually gonna
sucks.
do?
Yeah, you suck, stupid Lucas.
What's he actually gonna do? Did you not listen to
Oh,
the story
okay, never mind.
about the fucking drone A10 warthogs blowing up Randy's fucking car?
And the bomber going over the shop. Yeah, that's
Bomb
okay.
rate.
That's not true.
That is true.
Hmm?
That is true. A bomber landed at the airport.
All right, but what makes you think it was for the tuna shop?
Well, because he called me a little bit later, and he said I could have my pilots fly a little bit higher. It was only on the ground for about a minute before it took off again. I mean, what else would the bomber be for it? You know anyone else around here that has a bomber, Uncle Eddie?
No.
Yeah, I don't either. Look, all I know is while I was on the phone, he told me that if things didn't start looking up, then it'd be a real shame if all of our
Yeah,
tuna
something might
shop
take the
cars
brand
had
to you. I
scratch
appreciate
crap
that.
contracts put out for them.
So the thing
you
is,
know?
when someone buys a part for cash, they can't
What?
sell it back to Benny's for cash, right? They just drop it off.
Yeah, he told me that he was thinking about maybe if I couldn't meet his demands, that he would start putting out VIN scratch contracts for our customers' vehicles that we sold them to, and then look through our inventory itself.
Okay, that is fucking not going to happen.
Why don't you think that?
Because I'm not losing Hero again. So fuck this guy.
He has listening devices everywhere. When I gave my speech at the tuner shop, he called me a few minutes later and he told me how he really liked it. How else would he have known? Unless he was listening in. I bet you this place is bugged.
What if he was here?
No, there's no way he was here.
What if one of the puppets were here?
You're a legend, wise guy. Thanks for all the hard work and
Oh,
great
God, I didn't think
content,
about that.
brother.
Right under your nose.
I mean, I did invite a bunch of racists and I didn't vet them that carefully.
That's true.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God. I put on Big M's mask in front of Trooper Snow.
What?
Oh my God.
Mary.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. I thought that was part of the story I was telling. Oh my God, what's wrong with me?
What is wrong with you?
Oh my God, what's gone into me?
Yo, Cruncho with the 10 gift, they appreciate that. I'll let you get some of the chat for Cruncho.
Oh God, I'm gonna be sick now.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm gonna be sick now, Uncle Eddie.
Oh no, Mary. Oh, she's throwing up. Oh my God, is that morning sickness or what is it?
What?
Is that morning sickness?
No, I'm not pregnant. No, I'm not pregnant.
Oh my God, you had me worried there. Sorry to interrupt. I have some G&E sticks in my Chevrek. I need to figure out what to do with them.
Put them in your apartment.
But they're for the shop.
Oh, for the shop? Oh,
yeah, because I saw
Mary's got the vents.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I got them. I got them in there. I just want to make sure that they get into the right hands.
What?
I have some G&E off of Carlito's purchase, his primo purchase. I have
Do
some
you
G&E.
still have them?
Yeah, they're in my car outside.
Yeah, we can store them now. Not like it's gonna
Perfect.
matter soon. I mean, this whole place is gonna be a crater soon, I bet.
Hmm?
Why do you keep saying that?
No, it's not.
It's gonna be
No,
a
it's
fucking
not.
crater, man. Yeah, it is.
We'll figure it out.
Oh, well, how are we gonna figure this
We'll
out,
figure
man?
it out, right?
Hey
Yeah, all
guys.
right. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
You
Hey,
guys are
what's
figuring
up?
stuff out? Nice. Hell yeah. I love when you guys figure things out.